Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel, and I've got several things I want to talk about today. I got a little bit of reading to do here on my phone just because my memory's not all that great at times. A couple articles here over on the Gateway Pundit I want to tell you all a little bit about. It does look like Rupert Murdoch has took Ron DeSantis underneath his wing, invited him to his the Murdoch's California ranch, and while he was there, he told him that Fox News and him personally will support DeSantis. Now, we all know that Fox News has been avoiding anything Trump for a while, unless it is something derogatory towards Trump. They won't cover most things over there. And literally, when Trump has a rally or anything, it's crickets over at Fox for the most part. It's obvious at this point to me now that Fox News is the DeSantis supporter, which I figured so. And for a while now, OAN and Newsmax are your two stations that you go find the news about what's really going on with Trump, because obviously Fox News is blackballing it. But my point is, they got rid of Tucker, they got rid of Bongino, they got rid of several people over the years, and changed up the network of how Fox is working and turned it woke, and are actually leaning more and more left all the time, and endorsing Ron DeSantis makes me think less of Ron DeSantis. I mean, I can't blame him for wanting the coverage and everything that goes along with it, but at the same time, there's nothing about wanting to be Rupert Murdoch's friend to me that seems like a good idea for the future of our country. That's just my opinion. But enough about that. I don't have anything against Ron DeSantis except for the fact that he seems to be chasing the fame, the glory, and the money that comes with wanting to be president. Now, I don't want somebody that just wants to be president. I want somebody that wants to save our country from this tyranny that's going on as we speak. That's the difference. Ron DeSantis is a pretty good politician. I give him that. But I don't want a politician for a president. I want Donald Trump. I want the businessman. I want the hard-nosed individual that's able to take names and kick ass if necessary to get things done by whatever means necessary within the boundaries of the law. We need the toughness of Trump back. He's the only one that will take on the deep state, and that's just what I have to believe. Now, let me tell you a couple things before I get into a couple of these articles going on. We do not know until what's going on with Ken Paxton here in Texas. He's our attorney general, and some of the rhinos here in Texas are trying to kick him out for trying to help with the border situation and fight for election integrity, and for trying to fire the Speaker of the House here in Texas for being drunk on the job. They've had it out for Paxton for a while now, but we will find out at 1 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday. They will be voting to find out if they're going to try to basically impeach Paxton from his position. Hopefully not. He's been great. He's actually saved Texas a lot of grief behind their push in these big cities here to push on the no ID voting situation. But enough about that. I don't want to talk about that too much here. Here's some great news for you. I just bought the DVD 2000 Donkeys. I know you know the one I'm talking about, the Dinesh D'Souza movie. When it comes in the mail, I'm going to record it, copy it to a link through my laptop, and I'm going to take it over to probably my Rumble channel, and I'll have everybody that wants to watch it that hasn't seen it yet go over to my Rumble channel, give me a subscription over there, follow me over there, and in the link in the description below over there, I'll have that link. Just to try to coax people into coming over there, and plus I won't be able to get no copyright issues in theory over here, and over there I think it'll be a little safer. But at any rate, I'd like to be able to share that movie with y'all. If you have a Fire Stick or a Roku, you can go to the banned video, type that in, and you can watch most all of Dinesh D'Souza's movies, including Trump Card. There's some really good movies over there on banned video. Dinesh D'Souza is a great director. Not to mean to get distracted, but speaking about movies, Hunter's the movie My Son Hunter. I know a lot of people seen that. I watched that when it first came out. I thought about buying it on DVD and having it shipped to me, but sure enough, today I'm watching Newsmax, and Robert Davi, the actor and director, who was one of the makers of this Hunter Biden story, My Son Hunter. Good movie, as far as I'm concerned. Seemed pretty accurate to me. But at any rate, he was having a hard time getting it to be streamed on several different services, basically to be able to stream it a lot cheaper than the original. And he was just having a hard time because of the content of the story, who it's about. And so he just threw his hands up and said, well, American people need to see it anyway. So I got it free over on Twitter is what he says. So I went and checked it out. Sure enough, link in the description below. My Son Hunter, if you haven't seen it, go hit it. It'll show you a page when it first pops up, and then it should redirect you to another page where you got several different things to choose from. But one of the top ones is the full version of the movie, hour and 30-minute long movie. It's definitely worth watching. It tells a lot about the Biden. Seems pretty accurate to me, with the drive-through service going on of the money laundering and the influence peddling and all the stuff that goes along with, and the drugs and we'll get into the rest of that, but everything that goes along with what we know about the laptop, it's in the movie. Now, let's go ahead and get into a couple of articles. Got one more story for you folks, but before I jump into it, I just wanted to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope everybody remembers what Memorial Day weekend is actually about. It's about remembering the people that have fallen, the service members that have fought in wars, whether they wounded, fallen. Actually, I did a little research on this today. It says James Comer demands to produce the unclassified record alleging a criminal bribery scheme involving Vice President Biden and foreign nationals, and says the FBI must produce the letter without further delay. And this is called a 1023 form. So I looked up what the heck is a 1023 form. I wondered if it was something specific. Well, sure enough, a 1023 form is the form you have to fill out. It's actually like an application form, like churches get, and non-governmental agencies get, non-governmental organizations and nonprofits get. It's called 501c3 tax exemption. And so if you, like the Clinton Foundation did this, and so I'm guessing the LLC thing wasn't working too well for the Bidens anymore because of the SARS reports. This is just my speculation. And so what happened is at one point they had to go from shuffling money that way to doing it by sending the money to foreign countries, foreign nationals, in the name of an NGO, maybe saving the poor sick kids of Romania from smallpox. If that's what the foundation's about. The foundation could be about anything. It could be about the sweat glands of a frog. But the point of the matter is there's hundreds of these foundations here in the United States and NGOs that are actually bad for our country. They take bribes, like the Catholic Charities organizations right now is the one facilitating is more illegals into this country than probably the Biden administration themselves. They are literally making money off the fact of helping transport, house, all the things that come along with facilitating these people into our country. Just another example of an NGO. Don't mean to get sidetracked, but truth be known, NGOs are a bad business because once you fill out an NGO, become an NGO, you get your tax exemption, nobody audits you, you don't pay, you don't actually have to file anything, and so basically your funds coming and going are basically a secret in so many ways. Nobody asks no questions. Don't ask me no questions. I won't tell you no lies is the way that kind of system is set up. Well, that's what a 1023 form is. And so I'm guessing the Bidens figured out they could jump all over Europe and that side of the map and create these nonprofits. And to do that, you set up a 1023 form, you take the American taxpayers' money, you filter the money through, whether it be for personal favor, for aid to the country. That's probably the key word, aid. And the money gets facilitated right through the Congress and everything. Nobody even sees what's going on. This is still my speculation from just what I read about what these things are used for. But at any rate, I believe that they're going to find out that there is tons and tons of these 1023 reports about the Biden family, because they didn't just do this in Romania, where this allegation is being alleged at this point. That's just one. I'm guessing there's tons of these 1023 reports because you have to apply for each and every single one of them for every different nonprofit. So I'm guessing there's a stack of these somewhere that is probably being hid from us at this point, that is, at this point, I would have to say a smoking gun, if not the pistol with the fingerprints on it. And that's just what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. We will see, folks. If I call it in advance, you heard it here first. Now, let's go ahead and play a little bit of video from Fox, and let's see what they had to say about the 1023 report.
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is scheduled to meet with FBI Director Christopher Wray next week. Comer is threatening to hold the Bureau in contempt of Congress if it doesn't provide a document that he says could incriminate President Biden.
Brooke Singman joins us now with the latest. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, guys, that key document could link President Biden to an alleged criminal scheme. Now, Comer has subpoenaed the FBI for a Bureau-generated FD 1023 form. A whistleblower claims that document describes an alleged criminal scheme involving Biden, who was vice president at the time, and a foreign national, specifically detailing the exchange of money for policy decisions. Now, in a letter I obtained to FBI Director Christopher Wray, Comer gave the Bureau a May 30th deadline to respond to that subpoena. The letter reads in part, quote, "The FBI has failed to produce the FD 1023 form or offer any reasonable accommodation that would allow the committee to review the document. The FBI's gamesmanship in holding a meeting about general CHS confidentiality issues instead of addressing the specific form from the committee's subpoena is unacceptable." An FBI spokesman tells Fox News that turning over that document, though, could jeopardize ongoing investigations. The Bureau says, quote, "The FBI's mission is to protect the American people. Releasing confidential source information could potentially jeopardize investigations and put lives at risk. The FBI remains committed to cooperating with Congress's oversight requests on this matter and others, as we always have." Although Comer and the FBI director are set to meet next week, the House Oversight Committee chair says he's still going to hold Wray in contempt of Congress if he doesn't get that document. Listen.
Nothing's going to change with respect to holding him in contempt of Congress if he doesn't turn over the document. Not only do I expect the document, Sean, I expect to know exactly what the FBI did to investigate the validity of the claim. It all stemmed over the course of 2015 and 2016 during the end of the Obama administration, when Joe Biden was vice president, and he took it upon himself to travel all over the world to some of our adversaries around the world and talk about foreign policy and foreign aid.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he believes the FBI will provide the document as the House Oversight Committee's investigation into the Biden family continues.
I mean, they sort of have to, because it begs the question, on what new grounds can they continue to slow roll this?
You know, I think everything is going to come out, but in due time. It's probably, a lot of the stuff is going to probably come out at the most inconvenient time for the Biden administration. I don't believe they can beat Trump this time, just on the fact that more people have realized that Trump's not the bad guy. He's been fighting the bad guys. I think more people have woken up to the fact that Trump is the underdog and the victim here of our government. And most people are realizing the government is treating us not too much better at this point. So it's time to stand up, make your voices heard, go primary these idiots, and let's go vote 2024 for Trump. Get this done. I'd love to see this ball get rolling in the right direction and do a whole lot of you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're impeached, and you're going to jail. I'd love to see it, folks. Like, subscribe, and share. Devoted Patriots. Over now.